Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kelly, your certified holistic health coach, plant-based nutritionist. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about three areas. And in these three areas, I want to elaborate you on how you can transform your health with using the power of plant-based nutrition. So with that being said, a little bit about me. Again, my name is Kelly, certified holistic health coach, plant-based nutritionist. But before that, a couple of years ago, I was in the worst shape of my life. So I went from the worst shape of my life to the best shape of my life in less than a year by using the power of plant-based nutrition. Keep in mind, I'm a guy over 40, and rumor has it, once you get to be over 40, your health is downhill from there. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not necessarily the case. If you have the strong willpower, if you have the right determination, you can pretty much reverse anything that's going on with you, right? Or if you don't reverse it, you can at least improve it, right? So a little bit about me. I was about 50 pounds overweight. So I've recently lost 65 pounds. So 65 pounds I lost in less than a year. Went from having pre-diabetes and heart disease to now I'm back to my high school weight. Who could imagine a guy in his 40s being back to his high school weight without counting a single calorie? So over the years, I did many a yo-yo diets. Diets go up, diets go down, right? My weight went up, my weight went down. So my job today is to help you, educate you on what it takes to actually heal yourself naturally through the power of plant-based nutrition. When I went back to the doctor and he prescribed the statin for me, I decided not to take the statin, right? My mother had just passed away. She took many statins. She passed away from a heart attack, and many statins. She still passed away. My uncle went to the doctor and they gave him lots and lots of medication for his cancer. He still passed away from cancer, right? So I did a lot of research. When those events happened, I did research to find out, well, where does sickness and disease come from, right? So the more and more research I did, the more and more I kept getting pointed back to the food. Well, what is it about the food that causes us to be sick? The reason that we get sick is because it's most of the fuel that we're eating, 90% of the standard American diet is called diesel fuel, I call it. So if you pull up to the gas station, what type of gas do you put into your car? Hopefully you put unleaded. If you put unleaded in your car, it runs like a champ. But on the other hand, if you put diesel fuel into your car, what do you think is going to happen to your car? Your car is going to break down and it's not going to work as optimally as it should, right? And it's the same thing for your body. If you put the wrong fuel source into your body, which for most Americans, it's 90% diesel fuel. That's 60% from processed food and 30% from animal products, and only 10% from fruits and vegetables. What does that mean for your body? Your body says, your taste buds say, great, I love the way this fuel tastes, diesel fuel, right? I love the way it tastes. But your body in the inside says, I hate that. I do not like that, right? And it causes your body to react and express itself in a negative way. On the other hand, if you do what I did, which was the more and more research I did, I decided I was eating diesel fuel my entire life. That's why my weight was out of control, 65 pounds overweight, cholesterol through the roof. I was considered obese, right? Obese. I could barely, fit my clothes. It was crazy. So what I did is I simply switched that up. I went from the diesel fuel to the unleaded fuel. What is unleaded fuel? It's the opposite of diesel fuel. Unleaded fuel is 90% fruits and vegetables, 10% junk food, right? But I'm 100% plant-based. But if you apply the simple philosophy of 90% fruits and vegetables, which is the unleaded, 10% junk food, you can do animal products, processed food, right? You can do that. And you'll still reap the benefits of being on a plant-based diet, right? Your base of your food comes from plants. If you make that happen, then a lot of things will start to happen inside of your body. Number two, why is it that most portion controlled diets, why do they fail? Well, they fail because that is not the way nature intended for you to operate, right? A lot of the times when the people do portion controlled diets, they're still filling up on the wrong fuel source. Even though it's portion control, you may lose some weight, but the second you go back to normal, the second you go back to your normal routine where you're not portion control diets, no one wants to do portion control diets for the rest of their life. Yes, it works for a very short period of time. As long as you're maintaining the portion control, great. But that's not life, though. Life is not about portion control diets. Life is about living and eating your natural diet. So if you eat your natural diet from which nature has perfectly designed for your body, guess what will happen? your body will start to transform itself, just like it did for me, right? And just like it did for all of my other clients, right? If they take the simple philosophy of saying off of the diesel fuel and flipping that to the unleaded, you don't have to worry about counting calories. You don't have to worry about portion controlled diets, right? You can still eat as when you eat plants, plants are crazy nutritious. So with that being said, you can eat a lot more volume of plants than you can diesel fuel, which is processed food and animal products. So you eat a lot more volume and you feel fuller and the weight still comes off, right? Number three, why is it that most folks are confused about what they're supposed to be eating? They're confused because that is what we're brought up from birth. From the time that we're born to the time that we're adults, we were taught to eat the wrong fuel source. From the time our mothers and fathers crack open the chicken flavored Gerber, that's when we have the taste of chicken, turkey, all these different animal products, right? We do that day after day, year after year, decade after decade. Guess what happens? You start to acquire a taste for that, right? And then as time goes on, you see all these different advertising commercials saying like, hey, eat this, not that, eat this diet, eat this, eat that. Lots of different marketing campaigns. Marketing is one hell of a thing, by the way. So all of these different marketing campaigns will tell you, hey, eat this way or eat keto or eat that. Those are not your natural fuel sources. The natural fuel source for a human being is fruits and vegetables. Everything about your anatomy, human anatomy, says that you're a plant eater. Everything from your teeth, you see my flat teeth, to my hands, fingers, I have fingers, to the saliva in my mouth, my long digestive tract. My long digestive tract or digestive system is designed to optimally process plant matter. It is not designed optimally to eat processed food or break down processed food or to break down animal products because we don't even have the anatomy, the physiology to be able to properly break down these toxic foods. So these foods are toxic to our body, acidic, right? You want to eat more alkaline foods, more fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains. These are the foods that nature has intended for your body. If you eat those natural foods, again, marketing campaigns, throw them out the window, right? Don't get confused about what's going on in the marketing world. All you have to do is listen to what nature is telling you. Nature is telling you, hey, Mr. Human Being, you are a human being. Go ahead and eat the fruits and vegetables that nature has perfectly designed for your body, right? Again, I didn't count a single calorie when I lost the 65 pounds in less than a year. All I did was switch from the diesel fuel to the unleaded fuel. And guess what? The weight fell off magically. Of course, I still worked out and things of that nature, but I didn't change my workouts. I didn't change my workouts at all. The only thing that I changed was my fuel source. Changed my fuel source, and guess what happens? The weight magically fell off. Your body naturally, it wants to heal itself. So if you give your body the right time and the right fuel that it's designed to have, your body will naturally heal itself. No medication, no counting of the calories, no counting your macros, weighing your food. Eat the natural diet that nature has perfectly designed for you, and you will reap the benefits. If you want to know more information about what I'm talking about, I even wrote a book about it. I wrote a book on this very topic. Everything that I talked about just now, I wrote a book on it. This book is called Plants Saved My Life. If you read this book, it's going to tell you everything that I just talked about in greater detail. You're going to go into why do human beings get sick, how to heal your body naturally through the power of plant-based nutrition, how to lose the weight without ever counting a calorie, how to improve your sleep, right? This is what this book is about. It's about totally transforming your health. The reason I wrote this book for my former self. When I was obese, overweight, obese, cholesterol through the roof, pre-diabetes, and heart disease, I wrote this book for that gentleman. Right? I looked back and said, hey, what book would you need to read? So with that in mind, I wrote this book for him, right? And then also wrote this book for you. So anyone who was struggling with their weight, struggling with a chronic condition, I wrote this book for you. The book is called Plants Saved My Life. So if you want to know more information, or if you want to have a sit down with me, have an introductory call, and we can talk about designing a strategy plan, put it together so you can transform your health, right? You don't have to suffer in silence anymore. Go to onedeterminedvegan.com, click on the link where it says book time with me, and we'll talk about designing this strategy plan, putting it together specifically for you. So until we meet again, I hope to hear from you. Until then, this is Kelly, also known as One Determined Vegan. Hope to see you soon.